Okay, our recording is now a session, and we're going to start for tonight. And tonight we're going to discuss about business case. Okay, let's start with a layman understanding business case. Business case is making a case for something. Build a case out of something. So this solution you have been trying to recommend to stakeholders, you need to represent, just like the way a lawyer is representing you in court, defending you in court, try to help you win. So that is the way we are representing this solution. We are building a case for this solution. We are trying to convince the jury why they should adopt this solution. Just like the lawyer is trying to convince the judge why they should set the candidate free, or a client free, saying the client is innocent, or the client deserves a win or something. It's just the same thing. There's nothing different. The only difference here is that this is business and the other one is courtroom. So you have to convince the stakeholders by a report. You've done all the requirement gathering, you've done all the feasibility studies, requirement gathering, requirement analysis, solutions evaluation, cost benefit analysis, everything has been done. So you need to put it in a report, a convincing report. You might do all this, but you didn't put your report in a very convincing way, and they will tell you, Mr. Wilson, sorry, we are not going ahead with this solution. And that is it. And maybe you have been waiting for them to adopt this solution so that you can get this promotion that have been hanging. Because in business environment companies, the promotion depends on what you bring to the table, like us business analysts. How many solutions you brought to the company, how many values are bringing to the company. And that is how you are going to rise to become a senior man in the organization. So that's why we have to do whatever we need to do to convince them. Equally, if you are looking for a job, maybe they just hired you on an ad hoc basis, tell you just do this, and if you cannot convince them, the project might not continue from there. And they will just tell you, sorry, man, we are not taking this solution. Yeah, see you next time. You go back to labor market and start looking for a job. But if you convince them that Dynamics 365 can take care of all their problems, including flaws, from there you start the project. After the project, you start optimization. So you might, even if you are a freelancer, you might find yourself in that organization for 2-3 years because of that solution. So it's important. Your report must be, come up with a strong conviction, recommendation. So you need to justify that the project or the investment is viable. So that is why we create business case. You don't need to go, business case is a summary of all your work. That is it. So I don't think anybody should be struggling to understand what business is. Is anybody struggling to understand what business case is? I don't think so. What you can just tell me that I don't know how to create it, but understanding what it means with this explanation, you should be able to tell. If you see a layman on the street, you can tell the person, yes, what business case is all about. All right. Let's go to our lesson notes and we'll see step by step on how to create a business case. When you've created a business case, that is when you are going to beat your chest and say, yes, I am now a business analyst. Yeah? That is, if you have not created a business case before, don't ever try to call yourself a business analyst. But once you have a business case, you are now a business analyst. But the business analyst we are going to call you at this point is what we call business analyst. We have two types of business analyst. We have business analyst. Business analyst, your role is to concentrate on business requirements. I call it business requirement. Try to understand business need from the stakeholders, from the business leaders and the customers. You understand their requirements. Then, after understanding their need and you come up with solid requirements, high-level requirements with a solution, your role can just end there. In some organization, that is where your role ends. Some organization can tell you to continue. You become a business analyst, and after business analyst, you become equally what we call technical business analyst. If you are looking for a job, if you type business analyst, you are going to see a lot of technical business analyst. Some of you might just say, well, I'm a technical. You are not a technical business analyst. If you don't know how to convert business requirements into technical requirements. So at this point, you are a business analyst, but you are just a business analyst. You are not a fully blown business analyst. You can call yourself a fully blown business analyst when all these business requirements, you then know how to convert them into technical requirements so that you can help the developers deliver that solution. Technical requirements are user stories, acceptance criteria, features. So how do you translate all those business requirements into technical requirements? That is going to be the topic for the planning stage. Converting business requirements into technical requirements. And that is what we call product backlog. But let us not go far. Let's concentrate on trying to build or create a business case. All right. You should be seeing my note by now. Okay. Business case is a structured document used to justify an investment or initiative. It outlines the problem, proposed solution, benefit, cost, and risk associated with a project. Its purpose is to provide decision makers with the information needed to approve, defer, or reject the initiative. So you help them to take decision. If the business case is not so clear, they are going to struggle to take decision. If it's very perfect, it will help them to take faster decisions. So you help them to make decision. That is what it's all about, helping them make decision on what we do next. You've assessed their problem and tell them this is it. And it's just like you go to the hospital, and after evaluating you, they make recommendation. They tell you buy paracetamol. If you take it, it's up to you to say yes. That if when a doctor say buy this medication, they are not forcing you. If you like, you can buy. If you don't like, that's the way a business analyst. You are here to recommend solution for them. It's just like you go to mechanic, your car. You are hearing a sound in your car, and when you are driving, the car is shaking. After examining your car, I can tell you, say, Mr. Man, you need to change all your tires. It's up to you. They are not forcing you. So they recommend. So mind, because I've seen so many business and they say that they make decision. You are not the person who is making this. The business leaders makes decision, but you support them to make right decision. So this is a key components of a business analyst. If you know my style, any document I build, I try to break them down into components. These are key building blocks. You need to understand the building blocks of every document or every strategy or whichever one you are on to. You need to understand the building blocks. The first thing, you must have a very good executive summary. The executive summary should be able to tell the decision maker exactly what is going on here. So many people might not have the time to go thorough, start reading a 10-page business case. They don't have that time. They just want you to dish everything out there in the executive summary. That's what I call it, executive. Executives are the business leaders. So these purposely are meant for them to see it, capture it. We call it executive summary. So in the snapshot of the full case, the problem, proposed solution, value, proposition, cost, benefit, and recommendation. So at a glance, you would have just seen it. So here, if they need to go details, if they don't have time, then there must be space. They'll just flip to the page they need to see, and that's it. So it's very important. Strategic contents, how the project support business strategy and respond to market regulation or technology, called drive. And then we'll have a business need or problem statement. You need to define the core issues or opportunities, current pain points or missed opportunities, impact on business objectives, urgencies, and justifications for actions. Then we have stakeholder analysis. Yeah, you need to talk about stakeholders here as well. So identify internal and external stakeholders affected, their need, influence, expectations, so that they will know. You try to take, for instance, this business case might be even be requested by the CEO of the company. So you need to know whom this solution are going to, be benefited within the organization. That's why you need to capture them here. But everything in a very snapshot. So communications and engagement plan. requirements analysis, that is exist, and to be, you need to show how we started and what we want to achieve. What is our current state? How are we at the moment before we start taking medication? So we need to see it. So just like ideally, if you want to start a construction program, you want to renovate a house, you take pictures of the old dilapidated house before. That is exactly what current state is. In our own case, we detail everything. So, and the future state, you need to show 3D or mock-up of how the house is going to look after the renovation. So with that, they will start salivating. Wow. And then the gaps and map requirements, business and functional and technical requirements. Options analysis, exploration of potential solution. So you must have done your solutions evaluation very well. So you need to, capture all the solutions. That's what the purpose of solutions evaluation. In some cases, after everything, you might tell them, do nothing. You don't want them to do anything because there is nothing to do. And in some cases, you tell them, do minimum. In some cases, you say, do something. But you must state all the solution. Whatever you want them to do, you must state it. Or if they want them to do something, you propose solution, then list all the action, all the alternative solutions in the market, just like we've seen during the solutions evaluation. Trade-offs, evaluation, cost, benefit, feasibility. We need to show, we did cost and cost benefit analysis. We need to see what are we bringing to table. Is it viable? That is the main thing everybody is looking at. What is the benefit? Even non-governmental organizations who are telling you that they were not for profit, they want benefits. They want to invest their money in something. And with that, have recommendations. After analyzing the solutions, you must make recommendation. You must tell them, this is the one I choose. If you guys are not comfortable with the first solution, go for the second solution. But if you cannot afford the second solution, you can still go to the third. Give them options. Don't constrain them to one solution. Yeah. And that's it as a recommendation. And then market and industry analysis, all these ones are optionals. So if you, depending on the kind of problem you are solving, in some problems you are solving, you might want, this might be very important. For instance, if you are talking about launching a new product in a market, then it's that this market analysis, you are going to remove this optional because it's optional. But like for all these deploying simple solution like CRM system or things like that, yes, you might, after doing your solutions evaluations, this market and industry analysis might not be needed, because you see here is a competitor activity trend and measure, for which this might not be needed in a CRM system or ERP system. But if you are, for instance, you are now a business analyst that guiding Monify to launch their product in the digital banking market, then you need to carry out market analysis. Cost benefit analysis. Yeah, we did it, we captured it briefly on the solutions and recommendation. You need to show thorough analysis. It's important for them to know. the kind of value, one time and recurring cost. They need to know, not after everything you tell them that they keep on need to be. Some of them might think that is a one-off something. Some might just want a one-off solution. So you need to know, is it a one-time cost or is it a recurring cost? Tangible and intangible benefit. Just like we discussed yesterday, we have some benefits that they are very strong benefit, but it's very difficult to monetize them, or you cannot see. We need to state those, that are tangible, monetizable, and those who are not even tangible, not even monetizable. We have different types of value, which the main one we use is return on investment. We have here net present value is another one for general investment. Some want to know payback period. When are we start expecting profits, recouping our money? Depending on the project you are working on will determine all these ones you are going to use as assumptions. Sensitivity testing, all this. But this one is what we need. Return on investment. This is the basic. All these other ones, depending on the industry, the kind of project, or you must have return on investment, which simple cost-benefit analysis will give you that. Risk assessment, you need to assess the risk. They need to know potential risk. You need to let the business leaders know that there is potential risk. You cannot just tell them that it's one way. So they must know that there is times to have bumps. Every road, no matter how smooth the road is, you still experience some bumps. Yeah. So risk to implementation and value realization. So categorize your risk, likelihood and severity, mitigation and contingencies, and legal regulation and ethical consideration, compliance, data privacy, and legal, all these depending on the solution you are deploying. Some solutions do not need all this. But for instance, like I said, if you are launching a new product in the market, like for instance, digital banking, 65 belongs to digital banking. What's the CBN? CBN is not even the only regulatory, but there's a lot of bodies you need to comply, CBN, CAC, all these bodies. You have to look at how data protection organization or agencies, all this you need to state the standing of the product you are deploying or the solution within this context. But in our own case, we are just deploying simple ERP system. So you do not need this kind of legal and only at maybe data protection, whichever solution you deploy today must meet the data regulation, because you deal with people's information, data, and their privacy is very important. Then implementation plan. You might put implementation plan here, but it's not that so compulsory, but it's good to have. So timeline with phases and rules and responsibilities, procurement, resource and governance, like I said, it's good to have, but it's not a necessity at this point. Evaluations and benefits realization plan. If you have time, all these things you can have, because if you look at the other ones, you have already captured the benefits in some way. But if you want to give thorough evaluation, depending on the organization you find yourself, some organization might want, I want detail. So if they are that kind of, then give them details. So, and then appendices. So after everything, you need to attach some appendix or some supporting documents. Some of these documents, all these documents will be coming up. You might attach some of them at this place, like a process map, stakeholder analysis, or some of all these documents. You can just attach them under this appendix, and that's it. So that's how, with this, we have enough components. All you need to do is, if they are not, any of this one is not important, you remove it. Yeah. But this is a total list of all the components you might be needing to have a very thorough business case. It must not be up to 14, it must just be, but it must be from here. Like I've told you, which ones are very important. All of them are important. So, but use your expert judgment to understand the project you are working on and know. Don't go and start writing off points some because it's here. For instance, this ARP, start market analysis. What are you going to analyze there? So, yeah. So why is business case important? Why? Why? Mr. Wilson, why is business case important?
Well, why is important is to inform decision making.
Good.
That is helping the stakeholders to weigh out pros and cons of the proposed initiatives. And resource allocation to ensure that the time, money, and the effort are directly towards the impactful project. Then the risk management as well, to identify the potential challenges early and then develop strategies to address them all. Then the stakeholders buy-in, that is to provide a compelling argument, secured approval and support.
Okay. Yes. Now you read. Do you agree to this? Do you agree? How many of you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. The main important thing here is number 1 and number 4. Others are important, but the main is informed decision. You need to help them to make decision. And again, buying. You need to secure their buying, because at this point is a very delicate area in this project. At this point, they can just say we can't afford this project at this moment, and everything will come to an end. At this point, they can just say, well, we are no longer interested. I don't even understand what you are talking about. So you need a compelling argument. Just like the life of a client is hanging on the hand of the lawyer at the court, whether to go to life jail or whether to even set him free. You can't just, in a case like that, a lawyer must be a very good lawyer, and not just being a good lawyer, you must come with a compelling argument to secure the release of your client, or here is to secure approval. It's very, very important. We need business analysts all the time. If the local government chairman want to build a new market, you need a land. A business analyst should help you to draft a compelling argument why the community need to give you that land to build a market or to build a school or build borehole. If you want to partner with state government to build a school or a road, or you want to partner with federal government as a governor, you cannot just go to Aso Rock and be telling the Mr. President, and you know, the Southeast people have been marginalized. How can they don't have? What are you? They will not listen. What do you mean by marginalization? All this and that. Don't go there, because he might just not even be in the mood of hearing this kind of sentiment. Come with a strong argument how his people have been dying in accidents, how many lives has been caused. So you need a compelling argument, not regional or ethical politics. You know, I'm just using an example. So that's why it's important. It's very, very important. Business case is not just for we are doing this project, we want to build ERP, we want to build CR. It's very important. You know, Nigerian president want to go to US to secure a major contract between Nigeria and United States in crude oil. You know that Trump is a very radical president. He doesn't take nonsense from anybody. So if you are coming there, you must come with a compelling argument. They need a good business analyst that will come up, draft a compelling business case. I want to tell you, business case is a lot. Business analysts can do a lot if you know how to use business analysts. We are not using them well, and that's why things are very, very bad for us in Africa. I don't know the kind of language I need to tell them that they need to use business analysts. Because if say anybody who becomes, they will start hiring professors. It's not the issue of professor. This is like a trade. A professor can never be a mechanic, no matter if you are a mechanical, in that mechanical. This thing we are doing here is like learning how to sew a cloth. You must be very crafty. So it's not about you think tank. If after 100 professors who are not crafty, you find out because this is what they are doing. If you see any governor, you just create a think tank and you jump back all the professors, former ministers, prominent people that will be just coming there to exchange pleasantries, and they will go. And the problem. So business case is important. It's beyond this classroom. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And it's beyond this our project. Okay. Let's move. Steps to develop a business case. Understand the context, identify the problems or opportunities, and gather relevant data. That is requirement gathering. Engage stakeholders, collaborate with key stakeholders to understand their need and expectation. Now, during the requirement gathering, understand their problems, then understand what they need to while solving the problems. Define objective, clearly articulate what the project aims to achieve. Explore options, consider multiple solutions and evaluate their feasibility. Analyze cost and benefit. Can we afford it? Can the organization afford this? You are bringing a gigantic project. Yes, we know we don't have a good road. As a year, you find yourself in local council. You come up as a business analyst, you want to, they need a very good health care, they need good road, they need this. Yeah, these are very, very good projects you are bringing. But have you evaluated the allocation, the local government, or their revenue points, internal revenues, their revenue points. Can they afford it? You find out that they can't afford it. So analyze the cost. Even if they can afford it, what are the benefits? What are the benefits they bringing? So this is extremely important. Benefits. The reason why we still remain poor is because even the little projects we carry out, we are not getting any benefit. No benefit. What are if there is no benefit, what was it for? At times you see some government or you see some organization, they'll build a very big, gigantic house, glass house. That's what happens. So many organizations, they will use their whole money to build a glass house. They will build a tower. For what? What is the benefit? The tower is not going to deliver quality service. The benefit, number one, it should get good professionals, skilled professionals that can help you deliver. So you must understand the benefits. What are they being quantify financial and non-financial impact? Just what we did yesterday. State the risk, identify potential risk, and outline mitigation strategies. And once you've done all this, the next thing you'll be drafting your business case, create a well-structured document summarizing all the findings and review. That's it. This is the follow. If all these steps, that's all you need to do. With these steps, we already have a template. This component is a template. Apply it and you produce a very beautiful business case. This is a summary, the business case. You see here is the project title, implementation of customer relationship management CRM system, business need, improve lead management efficiency and customer engagement, propose a solution, adopt Dynamics 365 CRM, cost, 35,000 pounds a year, and subsequent cost 15,000 subsequent years. Benefit, enhance productivity, streamline processes, and increase revenue potential. Risk, the initial cost, and then resistance to change. Mitigation, comprehensive training, and stakeholder engagement. Recommendation, approve implementation for long-term business growth. So, you see in how many lines here I've crafted a business case. So, this I've crafted here can even become your executive summary. All you need to do is develop it, add flesh on this, and you have a good business case. Tips: keep it concise but detailed enough to support decision making. Use data and evidence to back your claim. Don't come and say what you cannot, what you don't have any evidence. We don't base on assumption. We base on facts. We are fact finders. So facts. Everything must be on facts and figures. Align the project with strategic goal. Any project you are building, try to connect it with the organizational strategic goal. With that, it will be very difficult to knock it out, because even if it gets down to the CEO will see how that small project or that house solution is connected to the strategic goal of the organization, and address potential concern proactively. Don't sweep anything under the carpet as this one don't make sense. Any potential concern, address it. Make it visually appealing. Use something like all these tables, graph process map. That's why most of these process map we are doing, you see, I always tell you to export it in PNG so that you can attach it to document like this. Yeah, so that's it. To have a business case here, good template for you. Here is for PayEagle CRM implementation business case. PayEagle seeks to transform its lead management operation through implementation of Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM. Currently reliant on manual tools, the company faces inefficiencies, poor data visibility, and lost sales opportunities. This business case presents a comprehensive plan for CRM implementation, detailing the strategic alignment, expected benefits, financial justification, risk, and execution roadmap. The proposed solution offers a return on investment of 100% in the first year, supporting PayEagle's ambition for growth, scalability, and digital maturity. So we'll have a very good executive summary. If you present this before the CEO, you see you have given the CEO an appetite to go through and read the rest of the content. And you see 100%. You see, this is mouth water 100% in the first year. Which business or which solution bring this kind of return on investment? Even me too, I'll put my money here. You know? So, strategic context. In an increasing competitive fintech environment, PayEagle must enhance its customer acquisition. I'm telling them why. Customer acquisition, yes, because CRM is what will help you to acquire customer. It's customer acquisition and engagement process. You cannot use analog in a digital bank. Analog method in a digital. How are you going to survive? Competitive market, Gen Z generation, everything is, they want to press a button and they want the whole thing to start happening like magic. So, engagement process to maintain market relevance and drive growth. The CRM implementation aligns with the company's strategic goals to scale its customer base efficiently, leverage data-driven decision-making, digitally transform operational processes, and prepare for expansion into new markets and services. Business need and problems. Number one, we have objectives here. Automate lead management, acquisition, lead acquisition and follow-up, enable real-time reporting and performance insights, improve lead conversion rates, and support scalable and integrated business structure. So you can already see them, the proposed value here or what this can bring, but still you tell them you capture challenges. Challenges: manual lead tracking via spreadsheet is error-prone and inefficient. Reporting is delayed and lack actionable insights. Follow-ups are inconsistent, causing mixed sales. No seamless integration with other business tools. Stakeholder analysis, you capture stakeholders here and their interests. So you want to tell whoever the stakeholder you've really done your requirement gathering as well. because during the report, that's when you try to understand the interest of all the stakeholders. Here, the interest, you captured the interest here. All the interest, everybody here, their interest is captured. And requirements analysis, assist verse to be. Here you capture the assist, the current state. That is it here. And then you come over here to be captured equally the future states, which is to be. And equally, you come down here, you provided a summary of gap. You see here, capture your gap, this gap out of your gap analysis. And options analysis, you state analysis here, do nothing, maintain current manual process, low cost, continuous inefficiency, and missed revenue. They don't want to be, they were not going to want to be where they just want to use them to let them know that if they don't do anything, this is what we say. Do minimum. Improve spreadsheet, tracking and email automation, low cost, easy, still fragmented, not scalable. Now you're telling them, even if they say, we don't have money to do CRM system at this point, business is slow, they can still improve on the existing infrastructure. And then implement Dynamics 365 CRM. You come here, you see recommended. Fully integrated platform. High return on investment, automation, scalability, upfront costs, and training required. The recommendation here, after your solutions evaluation, this is the solutions analysis here, and you come here, implement this recommendation, implement my Dynamics 365 CRM sales, and this is the full integrated with Office 365 customizable dashboard and automation workflow, scalable for future expansion. Even if, for instance, PayEagle, which is a digital bank, maybe if PayEagle is using a microfinance license to operate only in a small part of Enugu, tomorrow the solution can become boom. They've decided that they need to have operation all over Nigeria, even abroad. All they need is Dynamics 365 CRM is scalable. They don't need to go and start implement. All they need to do is expand on this particular, because this is very elastic. If you want to expand, if you want to contrast, it give you that possibility. Market analysis. Here you capture market analysis. CRM systems are standard in high growth companies. 91% of companies with over 10 sales reps use CRM. Fintech adoption of CRM is rising, especially for managing digital lead and customer personalization. Microsoft Dynamics 365 ranked as a leader in Gartner Magic Quadrant for sales force automation. So you've done even little market analysis here, which is very compelling as well. And cost and benefits analysis, you are not closing this without a cost and benefits analysis. Estimated cost, you come up with the estimated cost here, and you give them the estimated cost here. And then estimated benefits, you come with estimated, everything is estimated, Then total benefits and total cost is there. And here is return on investment. You see the return on investment. You see this for the in the next 5 years, this is the implementation cost, and the benefit within is C is 475. When you subtract, you see the benefit. This is mouth-watering, you know, and that is what they want to see. And if you come down here, it risk, we capture some risk here, you know. You see user resistance. In most cases, users are going to resist. We don't want to use this. They will tell you, see this small boy, small business analyst. We are in this country, I've been in this company for the past 20 years. You come here and they are telling me you are a business analyst. We have been using this even before you are born, and we are happy. This company has been growing. That is what we are going to be hearing when you want to bring, because they don't want to go and learn. They don't want to go and learn new solution. It's not easy to learn new skill. You know, they are scared. That is what we call resistance to change. They are going to resist. You know, it's a very big issue, but you must come up with a mitigation. You tell them, no worry, we are going to train everybody. Everybody is going to, you know, that's what we call resistance to change and mitigation. You know, it's not easy to bring a change. So you must, some of this must be ready for resistance. And some of the people who are going to resist you are people that are very well known in that company or industry, or where they might be known. In my own case, when I tried to implement a biometric capture in my local government, they carried a placard, they even carried coffee, the whole local government, because I want to introduce biometric card, biometric attendance. You know, they say, well, don't be, that is the example of what we call resistance to change. They don't want to change. They don't want that biometric. But I told them we are struggling to pay salary, and there is a lot of ghost workers here and protecting you, the serious ones here. Because so many people are infiltrating them, no, we're gonna do this. A lot of stakeholders who have been part of the corrupt system, they don't want this. They start back. So this is serious issue, resistance to change. They don't want to change. And yeah, but you must come up with a way, that's what mitigation, to arrest this kind of, you are going to be seeing this a lot. Data migration is another issue. You must know how to carry out that, so that during data migration, you don't lose. So integration issues, budget overrun, these are some of the things here you capture to show you are on track, or you know what you're doing. And even here we capture legal, because of data protection. Like I told you here, data protection is important. These are the area you might want to, because everything we are doing here about data, customer information, they need to be protected. So we need to equally talk about it. Data protection, CRM will comply with UK GDPR standard for customer data storage and processing. Security, Microsoft Azure Cloud Service offers enterprise-grade encryption and security. And access control, this system is access control based. You can configure the amount of access any user should be able to have. And then implementation plan. You come up with implementation plan, telling them how this is going to be achieved within a period of time. You see here, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. And then evaluation and benefit realization, you come up with this one as well, how they are going to realize their benefits. And that's it. Appendix, you come here, you start attaching some of this CRM feature comparison, like the one we captured from we did it in the Gartner. So you need this kind of metrics, comparison metrics, so that I may see it. It's more professionally to attach it as an appendix than attaching it within the body of the report. You see here as well, assist and to be process map, which will attach them as well. And any other one that you feel that is needed, attach them as well. And that's it. This is a template for you. I've created this. Is a very powerful template. You can use it, but don't come and show me CRM, because you know we are not working on CRM system. What we are working is ERP. So if you come, boom, boom, if you just all pull it and upload it, I'm going to catch you, because this is a CRM, not your ERP, but you can customize it very easily to become an ERP business. Yes. And that is the end of my story. Is my story sweet?
It's very sweet, sir.
It's very sweet. All right. If you know how to do this, if your wife want to tell your wife, Sean, you know we are talking to the latest business analyst in town. I'm not your mate again. If you tell your husband, no be that your wife where you married that year ago. I'm on the top chart now. You know, I'm now a top BE, and your husband will start giving you respect. Yeah. So if you have questions, I'm all yours. Yeah. All right. It's good to see that you are not raising your hands, means that I'm becoming a very powerful lecturer. Yeah. Oh, H, you want to disapprove that I'm not a powerful lecturer? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, Mr. Charles. I want to ask, but the business case, we can present it in a PowerPoint, right?
No. Don't present it in a PowerPoint. It's better as a report. It's better this way, as a report, which can easily be converted to PDF. Are you getting my point? It's a very powerful report, but you can easily convert it to PDF. But in this case, we are not coming to present it before the stakeholders. It's a report you write, you are sending to your line manager. So that is we are sending the reports. So it's better to be in a report like this. You know, our annual report, financial report. But if they insist you should come up with they want it in PDF, you know, fine. So if you ask AI to convert it to PDF to PowerPoint, it will just do it in a second. But the ideal is better to have it in a report like this, in a Word document or PDF. At times, you might even want to sign it, because it's a report. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking forward to you people's business case, and followed by project charter. We've done project charter, so I'm not having any class with you guys on project charter at all. The next thing we are going to be doing is talk about how to start converting the business requirements into technical requirements. So the next thing is going to be to start building our product backlog. That's where we're starting, product backlog. We'll talk about user stories, acceptance criteria, and other things. So thank you everyone for following us in this business analysis series. I want to say have a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you very much.
Lovely weekend.